It's July 1643. Prince Rupert captures Bristol. Welcome back, everyone. Just drawn the top card of the event deck and we're ready to begin the turn. After a siege, the Cavalier army under Prince Rupert of the Rhine, King Charles's nephew, takes the strategic port city of Bristol from its weakened Roundhead garrison. There's Bristol, currently in parliamentary hands. We do have this deviltry token that we captured last time. It's good to get these off the board as well, because they're going to give you negative victory points when you tally up your total score. This one gives us a free siege roll versus Bristol or Oxford. So we need to give the North a +1 strength token. Then we've got to activate the North and Scotland twice. Okay, the North is currently here in Chester, and it's going to advance on York. Scotland is right up in the Highlands. So it's going to activate once and move into Edinburgh, and Edinburgh is currently sitting at level 3. Not too bad. So let's roll a die. We need lower than a 3. Is it lower or equal? Less than or equal? Ouch. That's a 5, so that's clicking down to 2. Now they only need a 3, 4 or 5. Higher than a 2. Ah, unlucky. Right, we've got to do something about Edinburgh, otherwise it could get a bit dodgy. And now it says besiege or fortify Bristol twice. And that's bad news because Bristol's here on 2. So let's do, we've got to do this twice. So the first besiege is 2 die rolls. Anything higher than a 2 is bad. Yeah, that's 1 click down. And again, that's bad. Okay, we're at 0. As soon as we hit 0, we've got to flip it to the royalist side and set it to the lowest 2 value. Alright, so that's our first besiege. Now we have to do the second, and it said, remember, besiege or fortify. That's what we were asked to do. So we've done the first one. Second one is just going to fortify it, and the fortifications are automatically successful. Well, that wasn't pretty, was it? Right, what comes next? We have the persecution of suspected witches begins, based on signs and wonders from heaven, as they are allegedly aiding Prince Rupert. You may conduct public witch trials for Puritanism going up, Parliament coming down. So I think that means Parliament comes down, Puritanism goes up. One thing to note, this is an or. I don't have to do this, is a may. You may do this. So I could have left it like this, but I think I'll gladly raise Puritanism up into this buffer zone, this middle zone here. That's a good idea. Okay, the Cessation of Arms Treaty allows royalist troops to return from Ireland. Rumours begin to swirl that Charles is in secret negotiations to bring a Catholic army to England. Ireland advances 1. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, let's start taking some actions now. We've got our full 5 zeal, but we're going to lose 1 because we've lost Bristol. So I think taking Bristol back is a priority. And we have our deviltry reward. Remember, this said we have a free siege roll versus Bristol of Oxford. So I think we'll spend this. Back in the discards. And we'll siege Bristol. In order to besiege Bristol, the army here, the royalist army, needs to be at a higher region. Bristol's in 3, the army's in 5, so we're good. Alright, so if this army advanced beyond it, then we couldn't besiege Bristol. But we're good, we can do that. And we need higher than a 2. Unfortunately, we only get 1 die roll, whereas the royalists get to roll 2 dice. So off we go. Yep, we did it, we got a 4. So we can click that down to the lower 2. And I think we'll do that again. This time we'll spend a zeal point. We've spent our free action. Let's try and get that back. Oh, would you believe it? Let's try that again. Let's keep going. Okay. Alright, there we go. And this time we take Bristol back. We've only got 3 zeal left. I'd quite like to push Parliament back up into the B zone. So let's try and do that. Spend a zeal. We need to roll a 5 or a 6. Is there anything we can do to better that? You've got to think about the odds. I could take another action and add a +1 DRM on there. I think it's better to roll twice, isn't it? Looking for a 5 or a 6 to move Parliament up. No, it was a gamble. It was a gamble. 2 zeal left. I think we will try and push Scotland back. That's the best thing to do now. We need to roll higher than a 3. Yep, okay, we've got a 6. So he's going back to the Highlands. We've got 1 more zeal left. I think we'll fortify Bristol. We've got to watch the north now, though, because they're right here on the doorstep of Hull. Okay, let's flip. We get... okay, it's an achievement. Eliminate Star Chamber and regulate Privy Council. This is a political achievement. Monarchy greater than or equal to B, Parliament greater than or equal to B, and Petition of Right is acquired. Okay. Petition of Right is another achievement, so we've got to get that achievement first before we can get that one. Okay, next. Oh, the Battle of Marston, Moor. Oh, it doesn't look good. This is one of the most fiercely fought battles of the Civil Wars, Marston Moor. Quite thematic actually, because I think it's Prince Rupert again. Let's read the text. A combined army of Scottish Covenanters and English parliamentarians defeat Prince Rupert's royalist forces. Cromwell leads the decisive, battle-winning cavalry charge. Yeah, the royalists lost a lot of forces during this battle. The bad news for us is that the north is going to activate twice, but this is kind of the worst thing that happens here, I think. Anyway, let's do the battle first. We're going to receive a couple of cavalry units prior to the battle, and these are they. We get Ironsides and Cromwell, and that's going to work in our favour big time. But first we've got to decide which army we're going to fight, the west or the north. Well, it's definitely going to be the north, so we'll place my Charles I coin on the north army. What we really want to do is try and get this army disordered if we can, and stop it advancing on Hull. The other good thing about Cromwell's forces, and there's a little asterisk on here to remind you, if they succeed, then they go and join the pikemen and offer their support there. So Cromwell's cavalry are pretty good. This needs to be a pretty decisive battle for us, so I think we need to commit as many of our named units as possible. Let's get Ironsides and Cromwell. But you need to put your named units in first, alright? So you can't just kind of put them in once you've drawn your random pikemen. But we only need 3 random pikemen now. So let's draw 1, 2, 3. And we've got something good. Grab some cavalry for the royalists. And a few of these. I've given these a good shuffle already. That'll do it. Let's see what we got. We got a 3 up here. Oh, the King's Lifeguards. That wasn't so lucky. Oh no! 2 of those. Oh no! Newcastle Whitecoats. We have an event. Wow. They pulled out a really strong royalist army. We got a 3, a 5. That's good. That's good. And a 3. Right, it's a little bit more evenly matched than I hoped for, but we've put Cromwell in the right place. We've put him up there in first. Do we have any events? Yes, we've got one event card. We've also got a high ground from last time. During step 4 of the battle sequence, you may rearrange 4 parliamentary musket and pike units as you desire. I might actually put these trained units down here. Let's do that. Let's take some high ground in 4th. We'll discard this. Alright, let's draw one new event card. It is Diversionary Attacks. Retain this card. During step 4 of the battle sequence, play this card to replace any one named Royalist unit with a redraw from amongst the Royalist levies. You must accept the result of the redraw. Well, we're definitely going to do that. Definitely going to do that. We'll get rid of one of those King's Lifeguards. Let's get rid of one of these and randomly draw one more. A 3. That's much better. Much better. Okay. I think also I'm going to use this. Spend a zeal just to give me the edge down here with iron sides. And let's roll. It's looking good. So in the first, Cromwell succeeds. This time we flip and we get to put this +3 strength. That's what I was hoping for, and we're going to put it here with this third pike unit. Let's roll for the second. So it's 5 versus 6. Oh, unlucky. That is... I might have just done it actually. 6, that's 12 versus 10. Yeah, we've just done it. We've just done it. This means this one goes to our victory. And this is a named unit, so that's going to go to the defeat box. Now we do the third, so we've got 8 versus 9. We've just pulled back the edge. And irrespective of the result now, Cromwell will go off to the correct box, which is the victory box. Actually, I think that he didn't have a choice. I think he has to go on to his musket and pikeman on the side that he's on, so he can't kind of flip around here anyway. So that was the right choice. Okay, let's roll. Oh, it's good, it's good. We've got 5 and 1 is 8. 9 versus 14. It's a victory. So it's looking good, guys. And the King's Lifeguards is a named unit. That's going in the defeat box. Final battle. It's looking good. Got 9 versus 7. Ah, there's another good roll. We've been lucky, we've been lucky. All of our units are in the victory box. And this is what we call a major victory, and that's because I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 6 units. All my units are in here. In fact, anything more than 3, then you get what's called a benefit point. It says here, gain 1 benefit point for each unit here after the third. So I've got 3 benefit points. The affected army unit is disordered, so that means the north is now disordered. And now I get to claim 3 benefit points. And this is how I can use them. With 1 benefit point I can gain a zeal. For 2 benefit points, adjust any 1 political track or 1 fortress marker up 1. Or I can, for 2 benefit points, have the affected army have a -1 strength, or for 3, -2 strength. Well, I know what I'm going to do, I think. I'm going to spend 1 benefit point to push my zeal up by 1, and then 2 benefit points to push one of my markers up the political track. So I'm going to grab 5 zeal. I'm going to push Parliament up into the B zone. And now these go back here. Our named units remain for the next battle. These go back here. But these guys have a deadly outcome. Roll a die for each named unit, parliamentary or royalist, in the defeat box to determine its fate. So let's do that one at a time. We'll start with Prince Rupert's cavalry. So what happened to poor Prince Rupert? It's a 5. Bad result. This unit is immediately returned to the draw pool or holding box. So he was lucky. The King's Life Guards. Next, it's a 1. That unit is permanently removed from the game. And then lastly, the Newcastle Whitecoats is a 3, which isn't too bad for the raw list. They go in this recovery box, and that means that they're not returned to the draw pool till after the next battle. Now we've dealt with the battle, we've got to deal with these nasties. North is going to activate twice, and West is going to activate once. So West is going to move into Devon, and North, for the first activation, they're going to turn from disordered back to ordered, and then they're going to besiege Hull. Let's roll the dice. Oh yes, we got a good result. They failed with their first roll. A 1 or a 2 again would be good. There we go. They've managed to hold down one spot, but at least they didn't take it. I'm quite happy with that battle result. Now we move into the actions, and the first thing I'm going to do is spend 4 zeal points. I've only got 5, so it's a big cost. I'm going to take the action to purchase this achievement card at the self-denying ordnance. It says that the battle this turn or last turn should be a victory, so we've just got a battle victory. Parliament should be greater than or equal to B, and Puritanism greater than or equal to B, and it costs us 4 zeal. And you can see that both Parliament and Puritanism are at B or above, so we're good. Now the first thing you do is take the special effect, and it says permanently remove both 1 strength parliamentary musket and pike units from play. It sounds bad, but that's good. What it means is we go over here and we search for the 1 strength. There's one, there's the other. Everything else will get shuffled back in, and these get removed from the game. So that means we know we're never going to get any of these ones come out. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. And in addition, we get these blue triangles. Each one of these is a victory point, so we get a victory point pile. We'll just put this off to one side, and that reminds us at the end of the game we've got 3 victory points. It's a good card to get. Whilst we're here too, I've grabbed myself some drawstring bags, one for the parliamentarians and one for the royalists. I mean, you don't need to, but I think this just be a better way of being able to randomise these pike units, because there's quite a lot of them. We can just shuffle them in here. Because there's only 4 cavalry, it's quite easy to kind of shuffle these around, but I'm going to do that for my pikemen, and the same for the royalists. Okay. Now I've got 1 zeal point left. I can't fortify Hull because this unit's here, so I'm going to have to try and push the north back. I need to roll higher than a 4. Here we go. That's going to be the blue dice. Yes! Alright, come on. North, you're back in Chester. Good results. Okay, that'll end it, so back up to 5. Let's draw the next event. And it is... an achievement, a petition of right. Hey, that's the one we were looking for the other one. Alright. Monarchy A, Parliament A, Puritanism greater than or equal to C. That's given us a target to work for. Pushing these guys back up. Yeah. Remember, monarchy is here, so we've got to push that back up 1 spot. Parliament is on B. That's going to be tough to do. Puritanism greater than or equal to C. That's fine. Okay, let's draw the next one. King raises royal stand. Okay, this is an important one. It's August 1642. King Charles raises the royal standard at Nottingham, formally declaring war versus Parliament and calling for royal subjects to support him. Oxford was to be his capital during the war, and now it says you can now besiege Oxford. Okay, this is event card number 13. Remember, it says down here you cannot besiege Oxford until either card number 13 or 26, i.e. a raises standard card, is revealed. So we can now start besieging Oxford. But for the moment we've got Ireland activating, the North activating, and Scotland activating. So Ireland moves to Munster, Chester back into York, and the Scottish army into Edinburgh. Okay. Next, Cromwell joins Parliament's Eastern Association of Counties, which provided and administered an army that only recruited godly, honest men. Puritanism goes up one. No, that's interesting because Puritanism's already an A, so instead we push Catholicism up. Okay, next up we have Civil War. What Sir William Waller called "this war without an enemy begins." Okay, so King Charles has raised his standard. Monarchy comes down the track and gets a -1 DRM. So it's going to be harder to push monarchy away this turn. So monarchy gets one of these and comes down the track. First off, let's push Scotland back. So we need higher than a 3. That'll do for 1 zeal point. I'm going to then... maybe I should try and do something about the North again. I think we'll try and push the North back. I need a 5 or a 6. I need petition of right, don't I? So monarchy. Monarchy, monarchy. Let's try and deal with the North. Let's spend 1 zeal point. Try and push the North back. It's on 4 at the moment. Okay, we did it. That's fine. So I'm quite happy to move that back into Chester. Let's spend 2 more zeal and fortify Hull round here. Now I think with my final one for the west here, I could have a crack at Oxford. Oxford's an extra barrier to the north and to the west. Should we do that, or should we fortify Bristol? Let's fortify Bristol. Let's spend my last point fortifying Bristol. I like the idea of taking Oxford, and the sooner you do it the better, because it means you get more. I tell you what, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's roll the dice. We'll keep Bristol there. Let's roll the dice. We need a 5 or a 6. This is about pushing your luck. Oxford's a good barrier to the north and west advancing. And the sooner you can get onto Oxford, the better, really. So we'll keep Bristol. We'll use our final zeal point. We're looking for a 5 or a 6. No, it's a 1. We failed. Okay, never mind. But it's worth a go. It's worth a go. All right, join me next time as we continue Cruel Necessity. Bye for now.